welcome back to my canal. Today, as you can tell by the title of this video, we're going to be talking about 10 things that we bilingual people struggle with. And these are 10 things that I came up with. Right now I'm having a little bit of tongue tie, as you can see. I don't know if you can tell, but yeah, my tongue is like a little, but yeah. These are 10 things that I could think of that we bilingual people struggle with. And I wanted to share that with you guys, you know. Oh, and look, you guys, I wanted to show you something that I got done today. I went to the salon today and I got the back of my head, a little shape up in the back of my head. I'm gonna show you guys. I went to the salon and I got it done. I went to Holiday Hair in West Shore, and Martika was the one who did my haircut. So yeah, I like it more now because before I had the hair like out here and I was like, I don't know, I don't like the hair like flipping out here. So now it's, you know, nice and it looks better to me. And she cut a little bit up here because I had a little bit of blonde still from when I used to have blonde hair. She cut most of it off and now it looks way better. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe to my video. And let's get right into the video. Guys, I wrote down things because listen, I forget a lot, and sometimes when I'm in the moment I'm like, dang it, like I freaking, but then if I'm gonna go in a video I forget what I was gonna say, and then it's a mess. But let's get started. Struggle number 1. Most of the time people that are bilingual, we forget our first language. So you feel like you don't know either or. You don't know English and you don't know Spanish. Sometimes you can be in a conversation with somebody and you're like, I can't remember how to say this in English or say it in Spanish. So you're struggling to know how to say something. So sometimes I'm like, I tell my friends all the time, I don't know either or. I don't know Spanish or I don't know English. I don't know. Struggle number 2. Struggle number 2 is when people always ask you to teach them bad words. From the moment I stepped foot on this country, I don't know if that's how you say it. Yeah, I think I stepped foot or feet in this country. People always ask me, how do you say this bad word? How do you say this bad word? How do you say that bad word? And that was always got people, not just guys, but people always ask me, how do you say this in bad, like bad word? How do you say this bad word? How do you say that bad word? It's like, okay, chill. But yeah, that's another struggle. Always getting asked to translate bad words. Struggle number 3. This one is a little bit like number 1. This one is a little bit like number 1, but so it's similar but different. This one is losing your first language. A lot of times, people that, when I'm talking to my Spanish, people that speak Spanish, I forget the word in Spanish. And it's like, what the heck? I'm forgetting. And I get frustrated sometimes. I'm like, I don't want to forget my first language. That's my main language. I always want to have that there. And I remember when I used to live in Puerto Rico and people would come and live there and they didn't know. Because let me tell you something, in Puerto Rico, they call every person that comes from America to Puerto Rico gringa. And you know what if you don't know what gringa means, is somebody from out here. So everybody's gringa. You can be Hispanic, but if you come from here and you know English, you're gringa. So I didn't want to be that person. I didn't want to go to my country and be the gringa. Like, I don't want to be the person that doesn't know Spanish words. So I forget sometimes. When you come to this country, you start to forget some words in your main language. Struggle number 4, I think. We're in number 4. Struggle number 4. When you're in the middle of a conversation and you answer in Spanish. That's my main language, so I answer in Spanish. I can be talking to somebody in English and then in the middle somewhere, I say something in Spanish. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that. I meant to say whatever word. That's a struggle, because I feel, even though the person knows that because you're bilingual that happens, you feel so stupid sometimes. You're like, why the heck did I even do that? So that's the struggle number 4. Struggle number 5. This one, when I'm arguing, especially with my boyfriend, because all couples argue. So when I'm arguing with my boyfriend, and sometimes I don't know, or when I'm arguing and whatever, doesn't matter who. But anyways, when I'm arguing with somebody and I don't know how to say some words in English, or I don't know how to explain myself properly, listen, I'd be like, if you know Spanish, it would be so much easier for me to cuss you out. I will win. Like if this argument was in Spanish, you will lose and I will win. Like arguing with your boyfriend or anybody that doesn't speak your language is a struggle, because you know that if you were able to let them know in Spanish so they can understand you, you will win. You will win the conversation. You will win the argument. And this is why sometimes I avoid arguments, because it's hard for me to get some things across and it makes me more angry. So I just be quiet. I don't say anything because I know I'm not gonna be able to get it out the way I wanted to get it out. And it won't sound the same in English when I say it in Spanish. Struggle number 6. Número 6. Mispronouncing words. You don't know how many times I have mispronounced things and I catch myself saying it wrong too. But it's hard. Sometimes you have to practice. I've been here for 13 years, like I said, and over the time I have gotten better with my English. But at the beginning, oh my gosh, I remember this one word. My cousin, she used to make fun of me all the time. I used to say chocolate. I always say chocolate. And she would always ask me to say it. I would say chocolate. Even my boyfriend too. I was like, I want some chocolate. And she was like, it's not chocolate, it's chocolate, chocolate. And sometimes I say chocolate, whatever. I say chocolate. But she's like, you gotta say chocolate. And I'm like, so I kept practicing and practicing till I finally got it right. But that's how I used to say it in the past. It was chocolate. I want some chocolate. Another one that I remember was, I used to be a server at Buffalo Wild Wings, and this one time, this table, they ordered beer. The beer that they wanted was Bud Light. Now I can say it right. It's Bud Light. But back then, when I first started, I was saying Butter Light. And this table that I had, there was some little kids there. It was the mom, the dad, and I think it was 2 little kids. And I said Butter Light, and they started laughing. The little kids, of course, they're gonna laugh. And I was like, I bet I said it wrong. I said it wrong. So after that, every time I say a word wrong, I practice and practice, and I eventually get it right. But it's embarrassing. Struggle number 7 is translate. Everywhere you go, especially at work, they want you to translate. As soon as somebody that doesn't speak English comes in, they be like, ding ding, Dana, can you translate for me, please? It's funny. And I always tell the joke as, oh, you're gonna have to pay me $1 a word, or 50 cents, something, some kind of, I always throw some money, like, you're gonna have to pay me for this, because I'm not doing it for free. Struggle number 8 is mispronouncing words in music. Every time I listen to a new song, 90% of the time, I'm mispronouncing things. I'm saying other words that are not even in the song. I'm making up words. Like, I make up my own words. And when my boyfriend is in there and he hears me, he's like, what he said? I'm like, whatever. Like, that's not what they said. And I'm like, oh. I mean, I knew because usually I just make up something to rhyme with the word and with the song. And then eventually somebody corrects me. But 90% of the times, I'm like making up words in the songs. Struggle number 9. Struggle number 9 is when sometimes there's jokes in Spanish that you want to translate them to English, but they're not funny in English. They're only funny in Spanish. Once you change it, it's not the same. So yeah, that's another one. I'm trying to think of a joke that is in Spanish that you can translate it to English. Dang it, I should have thought about that before I made the video. I can think of it. I can't think of any of them right now. But I know a lot of the times me and my boyfriend were talking and I try to tell him a joke that is in Spanish to English and he's like, oh, okay. I'm like, okay. But it's not funny. So, and last but not least, struggle number 10 is, you know what I used to hate about when I used to work at Buffalo Wild Wings? Usually Caucasian people. They have jokes, American jokes, and they always bring in their little jokes and tell me about it. And I never understand, like, if I don't understand what you're saying, 90% of the times, if I see you laughing, I'm gonna laugh with you, even though I don't know what you just said. Or if, depending of what kind of vibe I'm getting from you, I'm gonna, if it's something that you want me to agree with, I'm gonna agree with you. If you want me to laugh, I'm gonna laugh with you. When I don't understand, that's what I do. I either laugh or I agree with you, or whatever it is that you want me, the vibe that you're giving me, that's what I'm going to do. But yeah, sometimes they would say jokes and I was like, that's so funny, you're funny. And then I would go back in the kitchen and think about it. I'm like, what does that mean? I don't even know what that meant. And that happens a lot. Because a lot of the times people talk to me and I don't understand. Like, sometimes American people can talk around me and I'm not even paying attention. And then they're like, right, Dana? And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, okay. But it's because I don't want to put the effort into translating things from Spanish to English and then saying something wrong back. That's another thing. Like, when you say, for me, my brain, the way it works, sometimes I don't want to engage into a conversation because I don't know how to put it in English and I don't want to work hard. I don't want to think, I'll think about this in Spanish first and then say it in English, and it's just too much work for me. But yeah, this is the end of this video. I hope you guys had fun. And if you can relate with this 10 struggles that I came up with, comment down below. You already know. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.